Alright, this is part 2, so if you need to go back to part 1, go back now. Um, the next thing I wanted to talk about was that I read a book today called something along the lines of Uber sleep or something like that. And it said that after 7 days you should feel good. That's complete and utter bullshit. I mean, after the. Okay, I don't mean to cuss. Pardon my language, but the first 7 days? The seventh day is absolutely the hardest day. And then, it's okay from there because you're already bearing such bitter pain. But I had the complete opposite. It was okay for the first week. I felt like I was young and stayed out till 4 in the morning all the time. Like when I, was the only 17-year-old in the world with her own condo, and all of my friends were in high school and they thought I was so cool and they would come over to my condo all the time. And, everybody was there day and night, so on and so forth. And, I've never been much of a partier, but I certainly definitely had a lot of friends over, and they stayed for really late. We would play video games and stuff like that. What, so I felt like that the first week. I mean, it wasn't that bad. I did after like day 3, you start feeling, oh wow, I see that I'm sleep deprived, but it's not that bad. Day 7 was so bad, and I was doing Uberman. This person who wrote it was doing Everyman, I think. They said they were an Everyman. I don't know if that's what they were practicing when they came to this conclusion of 7 days, but I think they must have been because 7th day was the hardest, and that second week was absolutely horrible. But when I accidentally went to Everyman, that's when it all got better, and I was able to gradually work my way back up to Uberman. And I think that's how it should be done. I mean, I don't know. I'm not like the main leading authority, but you should try it and tell me if you think it works. But what is important to know is don't give up. It does not take weeks. It will not feel better after the first week. And you'll say, maybe my body wasn't meant to be this way. Maybe I can't do it. No, you can do it. Do not give up. It is definitely worth it. It is beyond worth it. And even in those 2 weeks, I knew it was already worth it because of all the work I'd gotten done. So the next thing I wanted to talk about, leading into that, somebody in one of the groups said that it was not just about mastering this sleeping schedule, it's also personal development. It's something where your mind is going over your body, over this nature that's been programmed into you. For 23 years, I slept for 8 hours a day, every single night. I mean, save the times I was a toddler, I mean, please. But you get the idea. 23 years that's programmed into your brain, programmed into you to sleep for 8 hours a day, to overcome that and to be able to stretch the limits of human, you know, just human nature itself, to be able to show yourself what we can do. It is so worth it. It's unbelievable what we can do and how we can sleep and how we can survive. And it's definitely worth it, and it's not just about sleeping, oh cool, I'm gonna sleep different. No, it's about becoming more than just your nature, your human raw core. It's something different. um the next thing I want to talk about, vegetarianism. Vegetarianism. They say that if you are a vegetarian, it is easy to become a polyphasic sleeper. Or easier, I'm sorry. And maybe that's true. I am a vegetarian, so I don't know if you knew that already, but I am. 7 months ago, I had another one of those bouts of personal development and decided that I would give up all meat despite my carnivoric ways previously, because I saw some cuties on the internet, blah blah blah. I could go on and on about the reasons I became a vegetarian, but I did become a vegetarian. I swore to be a vegetarian for 1 year. And it's been about 7 months now, and I don't cheat on these kind of things. As you can tell, I made it through the polyphasic sleeping transition. Then I pretty much have willpower. I mean, my willpower is strong, so I never, I don't eat meat. Period. And maybe this does help. It does help women. If you're a woman, I strongly suggest going vegetarian. I have not had any female cramping at all since then. I have had, things obviously related to the time of month, but they weren't those. And I used to get debilitating cramps. So I think that if you are a woman, you should try becoming vegetarian too. Just that's something I'm throwing out there. So maybe it does help. I don't know. I can't say. I don't eat very well though. If you're talking about eating well, I drink soda all the time. I don't drink water that much, and I drink juice, and I don't really eat a whole lot of healthy things. I eat quesadillas and cheese enchiladas and bean tostadas and stuff like that. I mean, I may be vegetarian, but I'm not healthy. Or I guess I'm not the most healthy eater. So, just so you know, that's one thing that people say. The next thing I want to talk about is expenses and expenses of yourself. So, when you're up all the time, you have to stay hydrated all the time. And at first, when I first started, I felt like I was peeing all the time because I was drinking so much, and especially here in Arizona, where we have a pretty much 0% humidity. I'm out in the middle of the desert, the most beautiful place in the universe. But it's very dry, it's very hot, so staying hydrated is something that I have to do, and you will too, and you have to stay more hydrated than normal because you're up all the time. So you're also peeing more than normal, and it's very weird, that first transition of, because I'm up all the time drinking various liquids, because usually on a normal day it will go, I guess people on the East Coast, they might drink every 4 hours, like something like a big glass of water or something. Here, we drink it every hour on the hour virtually, and then overnight we don't have anything. But since I'm awake at night, I do have to have a lot of hydration, and that is also related to food. It becomes more expensive to eat because you're eating all the time. You're not just eating one meal a day, you're not just eating, just regular old stuff. You're snacking and you're eating and you're buying fruits, trying to see if those will help, and I have not had any experience that told me they did help. I tried to eat a lot of fruits, and it didn't make much of a difference. You're also spending more gas, and some of you might take public transportation, but the fact is you're going to be doing a lot more all the time, so you're going to spend more gas. Like, for example, we went out this evening to go drop off some things for my twins' work over on the I-17 or something. So we stopped by this vegan restaurant that was over there. It was so amazing. It actually, I don't mean to go off on tangent here, but this place, the food, it tasted like real chicken. And I was so happy because I have not tasted real chicken in 7 months. And it was so good. So, but then right after that, we decided, oh, hey, let's go to Fry's Electronics since we're in the area. Right. Well, then we went grocery shopping after we went to there. And then I realized that we hadn't returned our DVD that we owed to Blockbuster, so we had to go back out and do that. And then, it's just this constant cycle of you're using a lot of gas. You're using a lot more energy and resources. You're using lights more. You're using, your water bill's going up, so on and so forth. And that's going to happen. But it's definitely worth it. I mean, do not for 1 second believe that the human body cannot do this, because it can. I'm living proof that the human body can live on, let's see, I get about 2 hours of sleep a night. Yes, 2 hours of sleep per 24-hour time period, and I feel great. And so far, no bad effects. If I die early, I'll let you know. But it would probably be worth it for me to die early because I get so much done now that I'm so fulfilled. I mean, I could go on. Okay, it's about 10 minutes now. Thanks for watching. I'm sorry if I felt like I rambled a little bit, but I hope that you will never give up. Do not give up, and just try it and try other variations. Try going to Everyman, try going back, try everything. Do not give up. It's definitely worth it. Even if you got only 4 extra hours, it would be worth it, I'm telling you. As long as you're like me and you have lots to do. Okay, and have a great evening, of course.